Boss Plus, a definite plus for your finances. Here's more about this investment instrument and how you can buy your Boss Plus bonds today. What is Boss Plus?
Boss Plus is a 5-year security that pays 4.5% interest per annum. That interest is paid in 2 installments each year and is not subject to withholding tax. Although Boss Plus bonds mature in 5 years, you have the option of cashing in without penalty after 24 months. You can also trade them through a broker or sell them directly to someone else. The minimum investment is $500. After that, you can increase that in increments of $100. That means you can buy $600, $700, $800, and so on, whatever is right for you. So, here's what you need to know. 5 years, 4.5% interest, no withholding tax, and the option to cash in early.
Learn more at centralbank.org.bb.
Hello, and welcome to this wonderful interview series on the Barbados Optional Savings Scheme Plus bonds, known as Boss Plus. This is episode 3, Investing Your Refunded Pension Contributions in Boss Plus. I'm your host, Jason Bell, and with me is Banking Officer at the Central Bank of Barbados, Remi Holder. Welcome back, Remi.
Hi, Jason. Nice to be back.
How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good today.
Excellent.
What about
Excellent.
you?
I'm great. Thank you. I'm grateful too. So let's get right back into it then. For those who just joined us, remind us what Boss Plus is and who can invest in Boss Plus.
Thanks, Jason. Boss Plus is a 5-year investment with an interest rate of 4.5%, paying every April and October. There are no withholding taxes applied, and anybody can invest. Pensioner, individual, charitable organizations, commercial banks, credit unions, churches, benevolent organizations, and the diaspora.
Outstanding. I wanted to talk today about a change that I understand has been made for this second series of Boss Plus bonds, because there was a previous series that was issued. Specifically now, the bonds, I understand, will mature 5 years after you purchase them, instead of 5 years after the series issue date. Explain to us, Remi, why was this done? What's the significance of this change?
Change was done to accommodate persons with a pension plan. Persons who've taken separation packages from their previous employers must invest in some sort of security for a minimum of 5 years.
Right.
So by rolling the maturity, it allows them to be able to, the opportunity to invest in this Boss Plus bonds.
Sounds like a perfect opportunity. But explain to us what you mean by refunded pension plans contributions. And I understand it will apply to those who would have recently retired, but also for those who have separated from their organization. Just explain for us what you mean by that term, refunded pension plan contributions.
Right. So your employers would require the services of maybe actuarial firm to look at how they can help these employees when it comes time to retirement, by either the employee putting in a percentage and the company putting in another percentage.
Right.
So you get some money at the end of your tenure with the company.
Yes.
But before you reach the age of retirement, you've opted to separate from the company, maybe relocation, you got another job offer. So the company now is giving you the contributions that you've accumulated over the 10, 15, 25 years you've been working with them. So that contribution then is what you bring to the central bank to invest with us. Now, you've got to hold it, as I said, for a minimum of 5 years.
5 years. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So then what would be the benefits? Again, I think we've discussed in previous episodes what the benefits are in general of investing in Boss Plus, but what specifically are the benefits of investing in Boss Plus bonds with those refunded contributions? You've been working with the organization 5, 10, 15 years. You leave the organization and they say to you, listen, we have this money that is yours for your pension, but you must invest it for 5 years, and Boss Plus is there. So what would be the benefit of investing in Boss Plus for that specific type of contribution?
Well, the good thing, Jason, with this one is 5 years.
Yes.
So it's not that you have to put on your money for 50 years before you can get it. 5 years. That's all we need. 5 years.
That's all. 5 years goes
Great.
quick.
Yes, the interest rate is 4.5%,
Mhm.
and then no withholding tax is applied.
Say that
However,
again. Say that again. Say that again. There's no what?
no withholding taxes.
Amazing.
However,
Yes.
should you sell your bonds before the 5 years, then you're going to pay back 25% withholding
Oh,
tax.
oh,
Only at that point.
right, right. So this is a much better option than getting cash from your pension plan, because at that point, your organization is obligated to pay out 25%, but you can roll that investment into Boss Plus. Just wait another 5 years and then you're
All
gonna
is
clear.
yours.
All is yours. Indeed. So then, are there any special considerations or requirements for that kind of investor? I mean, I think we are hinting at it, but let's spell it out. What are the special considerations or requirements for this kind of investor?
Yes, there is, Jason. The investor is expected to hold it for 5 years to avoid paying that withholding tax and to maximize on the benefit of their investment.
Right. So it sounds like if the investor, if you, dear listener, have this situation, you've got a refunded pension plan contribution, you get some money back when you left the company or the organization, you invest in Boss Plus, you have to hold it for the full 5 years in order to avoid paying the 25% withholding tax. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Outstanding. So then, Remi, does it change in the maturity date? Because, now that it's a rolling maturity date, 5 years minus a day, so to speak. Does it change in the maturity date have an impact in how or when investors in this bond series will receive their payments, or will they still receive it in April and October like everybody else?
April and October are the fixed interest months.
Nice.
However, your interest will be prorated in the first instance. So a person who buys Boss Plus bonds on the opening date in July will receive the full 4 months interest. Any other person purchasing within the remaining days of July and the following months, their interest will be prorated to the first payment day of October 31st, 2023. When the next interest period comes around, they will then receive the full 6 months.
Right. So you can't come in at the last minute and expect to get the same amount of interest as somebody who was in from earlier clock, so to speak.
Correct.
Exactly. It's only fair. It's only fair. And at the end of the day, it's 5 years from the date that you first invest. So you get your full 5 years worth of benefits.
Correct.
Excellent. So if I want to invest in Boss Plus bonds with my refunded pension plans contributions, explain to us again, how do we go about doing that?
Okay, so your administrator is going to issue with a letter stating to you, your options. You've picked the one to invest in Boss Plus bonds.
Right. So you will have the option to invest in Boss Plus when that letter comes from your administrator. Is that correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
So you can go on our website, www.centralbank.org.bb, download the application form. You bring the form to us,
yes,
or you can come to us and we will provide you with the form.
Okay.
One of our capable staff members will go through it with you to make sure you understand exactly what you're going to do, why you're doing it, how it works. So you complete that application form. We take a copy of the letter, because you've got to sign off on that letter agreeing to investing in the savings bond as well. We take a copy of your letter. We take a copy of your Barbados identification card.
Yes.
A member of staff here can certify your form, because it's not right to make you go back now to have that form certified to come back. So a member of staff only for persons with pension contributions. So Jason, do not walk in here to buy bonds.
I will not walk in there looking for one of the lovely staff at the Central Bank. If I'm in that position, however, that I have a refunded pension plan contributions, I will be coming, and I'm really happy to hear that facility is available for us, Remi. Yes?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Right. So after we've done photocopying and you've signed for your form, we're going to give you what you call an allotment letter. So you take that back to your pension plan administrator, who will then send the funds. However, I must state here, Jason, that all figures are not always whole numbers.
Yeah.
So if we need to bring up your contribution to the nearest 100, you then require to pay that difference.
If it's $99,900 and you invest in what? $500 increments, is that correct?
100.
So I will just need to put in that extra $100 to make that whole figure. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, all right, no problem. Well, I can find a spare $100 somewhere to invest in my future with Boss Plus.
So when the check comes or the funds are wired, we then contact you to pay the difference.
All right. So Remi, thank you so much for walking us through that process. Just remind us for the last why Boss Plus is a good investment for folks who are in that situation, folks who have refunded pension contributions, and just in general for all investors. And tell us again where and how we can find out more about Boss Plus.
4.5 interest.
Yes.
Can't get it anywhere else.
Yes.
No withholding tax.
Wonderful.
5 years to maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Maximize the benefits of your investment after 5 years.
Yes. Avoid paying the withholding tax.
Correct.
Excellent.
And you can get our form from our website, www.centralbank.org.bb.
Right. If I wanted to talk to somebody, can I call?
Sure. 436-6870. Ask for anyone in the public deck section.
So 436-6870. You know how we Bajans like to do? We like to add that little bit of flair to our numbers. 436-6870. If you're calling from overseas, you add the 246, of course.
1246.
Exactly. Is there any more resources that we can find out other than your website? Do you have a Facebook page or Instagram?
Yes. Our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Central Bank Barbados. Our Instagram handle, Central Bank BDOS. For Twitter, Central Bank BB. Our YouTube channel, Central Bank of Barbados Online. And our email, bossplus@centralbank.org.bb.
And you spell out that entire plus PLUS, I presume?
PLUS.
Boss PLUS at
centralbank.org.bb.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. I've been speaking with Banking Officer at the Central Bank of Barbados, Remi Holder. Remi, thank you so much for walking us through all the wonderful opportunities that have been brought about by the Barbados Optional Savings Bond Plus, Boss Plus. Thank you so much. Until next time, take care.
Boss Plus, a definite plus for your finances. Here's more about this investment instrument and how you can buy your Boss Plus bonds today. What is Boss Plus?
Boss Plus is a 5-year security that pays 4.5% interest per annum. That interest is paid in 2 installments each year and is not subject to withholding tax. Although Boss Plus bonds mature in 5 years, you have the option of cashing in without penalty after 24 months. You can also trade them through a broker or sell them directly to someone else. The minimum investment is $500. After that, you can increase that in increments of $100. That means you can buy $600, $700, $800, and so on, whatever is right for you. So, here's what you need to know. 5 years, 4.5% interest, no withholding tax, and the option to cash in early.
Learn more at centralbank.org.bb.